for today's headlines. PMA cadet dies due to hazing. Hong Kong braces for airport protest after nights of violent clashing. NIMFA exiting from Philippine area of responsibility. Team Cone heads Gilas Filipinas for SEA Games. And CNN names Palawan as one of the world's most beautiful islands.
Live here in Eloquent News Center, Manila. This is E-Youth News, reporting nothing but the truth.
Truth,
bravery,
and versatility.
Let's be the one to say pure honesty that the country needs.
Good day, Philippines. I am Gab Calaranan.
And I am Angel Abisamis. Today it's Monday, October 7, 2019.
This is Eloquent News Network, championing well-balanced news programming with no bias.
For the details, student of Philippine Military Academy suffers from the physical training and initiation known as hazing. The Philippine National Police confirms that Philippine military cadet Darwin Dormitorio was a victim of hazing. PNP Baguio officials reported that the 20-year-old Dormitorio complained of stomach pain and was immediately brought to the hospital for treatment where he died. Autopsy reveals that the PMA cadet had bruises on his stomach, a possible sign of hazing. There are 3 persons of interest in Dormitory's death, with at least 20 individuals who had witnessed the hazing incident. PMA Superintendent Lieutenant General Ronnie Evangelista said 2 third-class cadets and 1 first-class cadet were being investigated over Dormitory's death. The PMA hospital will also be investigated after Dormitory's hospital findings identified a mere urinary tract infection a day before he died. Hazing incidents and frat-related violence have been plaguing the country's premier military training institution and other law schools, some of which resulted in deaths. President Rodrigo Duterte last year signed a stronger anti-hazing law in response to the hazing death of University of Santo Tomas law freshman Horacio Castillo III.
On the other news, after a night of violent clashes, Hong Kong is now preparing for anti-government protest. Hong Kong announced new curbs on rail travel on Sunday, ahead of the latest in a series of planned protests targeting the airport after a night of widespread violent street clashes in the Chinese-ruled territory. Anti-government protesters have been targeted the airport before, occupying the arrival hall, blocking approach road and setting street fires in the nearby town of Tongjiang. In recent events, the Hong Kong airports have been identified by the protesters as one of the most important venues of protest, as it has been one of the most important assets to the government. The Airport Express train, which takes passengers under the harbor and across series of bridges to the airport, built on reclaimed land around an outlying island, will only allow passengers to board in downtown Hong Kong on Sunday, not on the Kowloon Peninsula, the airport authority said. As precautionary measure, authorities announced that only people holding tickets will be allowed to enter the terminal. The violence has hit pockets of Hong Kong at different times over more than 3 months, allowing life to go on as normal for the vast majority most of the time. But pictures of petrol bombs and street clashes broadcast worldwide present a huge headache for Beijing just days ahead of the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic on October 1. The Hong Kong government has already called off a big firework display to mark the day in case of further clashes. China, which has a People's Liberation Army garrison in Hong Kong, has said it has faith in Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam to solve the crisis. The protests pick up in June over legislation now withdrawn that would have allowed suspects to be sent to mainland China for trial. Demands have since broadened into call for universal suffrage. China, on the other hand, says it is committed to the one country, two system arrangement and denies meddling. It has accused foreign governments, including the United States and Britain, of inciting the unrest. Meanwhile, to check our latest weather update, here is our resident meteorologist, Janina Zuniga. Janina, is there a typhoon entering Par?
Yes, Gab, there's a severe tropical storm NIMFA exited the Philippine Area of Responsibility early Saturday, State Weather Bureau Pag-asa said. But rains will persist in vast swaths of Luzon, including Metro Manila, due to the southwest monsoon or habagat, weather specialist Meno Mendoza said. NIMFA, or international name Tapa, left Par at 2 a.m. and was last spotted 690 kilometers extreme northeast of Luzon. As it heads towards South Korea, the weather disturbance intensified further, packing maximum sustained winds of 110 kilometers per hour and gusts of up to 135 kilometers per hour. Meanwhile, the habagat will continue to bring scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over Metro Manila and central and southern Luzon. The monsoon rains may spawn floods or landslides in the affected areas, Pag-asa warned. Sea travel is also risky, especially for small sea crafts, over the seaboards of northern Luzon and the eastern seaboards of central and southern Luzon due to rough sea conditions. The Visayas and Mindanao will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms. That's it for our weather news update. This is Janina Ann Zuniga, your resident meteorologist. Back to you, Gab.
For our sports news, sports coach Tim Cone is head to lead the Gilas Filipinos in the upcoming 2019 Southeast Asian Games. Here is Ace Limpin for the full report.
Barangay Ginebra head coach Tim Cone will coach the Gilas Pilipinas national team that will compete in the 2019 Southeast Asian Games. Cone has emerged as the top choice as he has both the respect of the entire basketball community in the Philippines and the chops to form a team into a cohesive unit in only a few weeks. He expressed his willingness and has agreed to come up with a game plan and expects to have a pool of players working together at full force. It would be remembered that Cone has previously called the shots for the Philippine team that competed in the 1998 Asian Games. Cone was given a go-ahead signal by San Miguel Corporation President Ramon S. Ang and PBA Sports Director Al Francis Chua. The agreement of Cone on coaching the Team Gilas will be exclusively for the SEA Games this November and December. This is your sports correspondent Ace Limpin reporting.
Our lifestyle updates. The beauty of one of the Philippines tourist spot, Palawan Island, shines in recognition of the foreign countries. Here is Joshua Bandolin for more updates.
Palawan has just been included in CNN Travel's 10 of the world's most beautiful islands. It has been cited for its numerous white sand beaches and cruise-worthy caves. Tourists from all around the world who have been to Palawan calls it a gorgeous haven of pale sand and clear water. The Department of Tourism, through Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat, acknowledges the recognition. Secretary Puyat thanks CNN for the citation and explained that the government has constantly been managing all rehabilitation efforts to preserve the beauty of Palawan. Joining Palawan in CNN Travel's list are Milos, Greece, Bartolome, Ecuador, Fregit, Seychelles, Santo Lucia, Lesser Antilles, Hura, Scotland, Komodo Island, Indonesia, and Kauai, United States. The Philippine province is no stranger to foreign recognition. It has recently been considered as the second best island in the world by famed Travel Leisure magazine. This is Joshua Bandolin for E-Youth News.
Eloquent youth netizens, we only have 79 days before Christmas.
And those are the top stories for today.
Reporting nothing but the truth.
Conquers bravery and versatile. Once again, I am Gab Calaranan.
And I am Angel Abisabis. This is E-Youth News.